Hello everybody and welcome to Outdoors Britain. In this episode we've actually come down to Outdoors Britain Mum's house, yes, good old mum, to zero the HW100KT in daylight because I'm fed up with keep farting around with torch lights trying to do it in the dark over the golf course. So yeah, we've come down here to do that. Then myself and Mrs. Outdoors Britain and Outdoors Britain baby are going to head back to home, and then I'm going to have a shower and sort my face out a little bit, get changed and head on down to the golf course. See you in a bit. Right, quick sit rep. We've had to jump back in the car to take shelter from the rain because Outdoors Britain Mum isn't actually here, although we can use the 50-yard range down the side of the house while she's not here. So yeah, the weather is absolutely savage garden out there. It just rolled in all of a sudden. Yeah, so at the moment, myself and Mrs. Outdoors Britain and Outdoors Britain baby are taking shelter from the rain, waiting for it to stop. Then we can carry on with zeroing the KT. See you in a bit. Right, quick sit rep. I'm back home and I've sorted myself out and had a shave and whatnot. I do apologise for the appalling light conditions in here, but we're in the car. And yeah, so I'm about to leave and head on down to my golf course permission. Yeah, zero in down at Outdoors Britain Mum's. Down at Outdoors Britain Mum's house. Didn't quite go as planned, but it doesn't really matter. It's not too much of a problem. Right, let's head on down to the golf course. I'll see you when we get there. Right, sit rep. I've just arrived at my golf course permission to find we have our most blatant trespasser yet. Let's go and have a closer look. Let me just get my other torch out. Things we come across on the golf course, eh? Oh well, let's get suited and booted. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Literally couldn't make it up, could you? Unbelievable. Literally couldn't make it up. And not a word out of them. Never mind the fact that I'm sitting there getting suited and booted, and you've just wheel spun it on the golf course. Lovely. I'll probably can blame for that now. So cheers. Are you seriously? Unbelievable. It's the entitlement that gets me. Unbelievable. Off to your pop. Right, sitrep. Just checked my zero when I got here, just to make double sure. And as you just saw, that's got to be the biggest, most blatant trespass I've ever seen on here. Yeah, I'm just going to finish filling up my my second magazine, and we're going to head out over the course. There was a lot of fireworks going off when I first got here, only that all seems to have subsided now. So yeah, going to fill up that other magazine, top some air up in the rifle, and get out and see if we can't get something. Hopefully the next bit of footage you see will be on the pod. See you in a bit. And back to the car for a brew. I've no idea how well this is going to show up because I'm trying something new with some lights and the other smaller camera. I'll put this away in here for now. Have a nice brew. It's not going to be with this little thimble. Oh no. Use typical. As soon as I start filming outside the car, cars start coming past. Right, where was I? Yes, going to use the British Army BCB Cup. Right, where do I start? Well, since it's Friday night and the beginning of Guy Fawkes bonfire weekend, there's been a lot of fireworks going off, which is to be expected because I am in Sussex, and of course everybody knows that no county does bonfire night quite like Sussex. We claim that title. Yeah, so in terms of shooting, it's certainly been challenging with the fireworks, and it's also quite a lot windier than what was forecasted by the weatherman. So yeah, the fireworks and the stronger winds have certainly made conditions challenging, which is why I'm absolutely over the moon to be able to show you this one. Yep, we got one. As you can see, it's not the biggest rabbit in the world, but it's not the smallest either, and it's definitely a keeper. And besides, rabbit is a bit like lamb in terms of meat. The bigger it gets, the tougher the meat gets, and when they're this sort of size, they're absolutely lovely. Right, you can go back in there. So I think when I've drank this, I'm going to head back out, do another lap of the course, and see if I can bag anything else. See you in a bit. And back to the car for one final brew and a sit rep before we hit the road and head for home. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get any more rabbits, but if I'm honest, I didn't actually go out and do a full lap of the course. I just went up and over the first ridge and back because the wind is supposed to be dropping off tonight. Doesn't seem to be yet, and I don't think it's fair on Mrs. Outdoors Britain if I'm out all night, you know. So, but yeah, no, the rabbit that I did get, I won't say it was an easy shot, because if I'm honest, it wasn't. It wasn't on the bipod, so you'll probably see from the footage that I was a little bit shaky. That's because I was down on one knee, and kneeling shots is something I haven't done for quite a long time. But because it was only about, I think it was about 30 odd yards, it wasn't too much of a difficult shot, so I took it anyway, and I'm glad I did, because we ended up with one for the pot. If it had been any further than that, I wouldn't have taken the shot kneeling. But I don't think you can see on the footage, but I was actually shooting up a very sort of gentle incline, and the rabbit itself was laying down just on top of that incline on a flat bit, so I couldn't quite see because the bipod wasn't quite tall enough, and I didn't bring the tripod with me, so there was no use in that. Yeah, still, I've also walked all the way up the far end of the other course on the other side. There was only one rabbit out, and he spooked when I was about, I don't know, 80 odd yards away, so there was no chance of getting that one. Yeah, so anyway, at least we got something for the pot. I'm going to finish my brew and head for home. See you when we get there. And I'm home. Well, I think the first thing I'm going to have to do in the morning is contact the course manager and let him know that that wheel spin mark on the grass was not me, and pass on the footage of that if he wants it. But other than that, yeah, I was really pleased to get that rabbit. Given the challenging conditions with the wind and the fireworks, yeah, that rabbit is now being butchered by the beautiful Mrs. Outdoors Britain under the watchful eye of Outdoors Britain dog. And once that's butchered and bagged up, it's going to go in the freezer, and I suspect that's going to feature in the next Cooking with Game episode. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. That is the end. Thank you for watching.